Right, let's kick this off. Welcome to the latest webinar from Nuvola. Today we're going to be talking about our friends at Yealink. Thank you very much for attending, registering. Any information you require after this, there'll be some names you'll see, but we also have email addresses, etc. So we'll be following this up with the copy of the recording and any other information that we talk about today. So if I just quickly run through what we're doing today, I'm just going to do a quick intro, and then Rain is going to be talking. Rain is the Yealink UK and I country manager, and then Karen Blackman is going to take over and talk about the AV side of things, and then we'll finish off with some questions and answers. If you know me, I run a very tight ship when it comes to timing, so we will be definitely done by 11 o'clock. So moving on, just to go through the team that are involved today. I'm going to be doing the talking and the introduction at the start, and I'll wrap it up at the end. We have Karen, as I mentioned, and then Mary Parks is in the background. She's our Yealink sales specialist, and then Katrina, who has put this all together on the marketing side of things. And again, if there's any marketing questions that come out of this, we're happy to talk to you about that as well. So just quickly, Nuvola, if you may have seen this in the past, we have 5 practices within Nuvola. We have what we call the intelligent networking side of things. This in effect talks about level 1 on the network stack. It's all about what if delivering quality of service, ensuring that your voice gets from A to B, or your data from A to B. So we have network monitoring, we have SD-WAN, we have security side of things. We also have taps when it comes to taking data, analyzing, again, ensuring that your network is fit for purpose. And then finally, we also have Sangoma in there with obviously the switch off. We have a managed service there, which enables you to go to your customers who want to move over to SIP. They might have an established on-premise solution with ISDN connection into their hardware, and they're not ready to move yet. So we have a managed service which allows you to take SIP lines into those via a gateway, but we will configure it, support it, and install it, and you have the comfort to know that customer is yours, and you can then move them over to SIP when they're ready to either go to UCaaS or maybe upgrade the on-premise solution they have. We also do the what we call the UC. This is generally the on-prem solution. So we're a very large Alcatel comms distributor. We work alongside Sangoma and obviously Yealink on the SIP line. SIP phones work very strongly in this. We also have SpectraLink, which is all about mobility and DECT, very strong, and I'll come on to that around the Teams environment. Cloud services, obviously very hot topic at the moment. We have a number of products within that practice, which we have found is quite a consultative approach now, not one solution fits all. So that includes, you've got the Ring Centrals, the 8x8, the Enfons, the Sangoma Switchvox. Every customer has a certain need, and with the different products we have, it enables us to give you the best solution fit for that customer. Meeting room solutions, we're going to be talking about this today around the Yealink AV side of things. We also have Ava, who are very strong with the cameras and the sound bars, and also i3 Technologies, who is a cornerstone in the meeting room solutions around AV interactive screens. Very, very strong. Certainly, if you're on the education side of things, they have a very strong portfolio for that. And then finally, we have a wrap, which includes professional services. So as a distributor, there's a lot of flippant broadline distributors out there who say they offer professional services when I personally don't think they do. We offer engineer support, we offer all level 1 support on every product we do, and we also offer solutions around level 2 and level 3. So again, we are very proud of that. We've been doing professional services for 12 years now, and it's something that we will continue to do. One thing that we all know is around is Teams. So Teams, we feel, is something that is going to hit the UK very strongly this year. And as a distributor, we feel that we need to embrace our resellers so they can go into their customers and talk about Teams quite openly. Just some facts, as you can see, the annual users has gone crazy. And obviously the pandemic is firmly in the middle of that. And the latest figures were actually not 270 million, it's actually 290. So it's growing all the time. And it's something that, as I say, as a product, we must embrace, and we want to work with you guys to make sure you can go in there. This is just one fact. I mean, again, if you remember, probably 2017, 2018, Slack was the key product out there who was delivering this collaboration platform. You can see what's happened. The diagram speaks for itself. And the minutes is just scary. I suspect that's probably incorrect now, 2.7 billion. Again, we aren't saying Teams is going to be the only solution, but it will be in the mix, part of the solution in 9 times out of 10. So again, we need to be ready to embrace it. And what we're doing to ensure that you as resellers can do that, we have put together certain silos within Microsoft Teams, which means that you can talk to the customer. For example, contact center, all these products have been verified by Microsoft, so they work in an extended mode, which means there's no need for direct routing. You can take your call directly into Teams and then out without any SBCs required. So, for example, CC for All, it's a pure omni-channel solution, which works directly into Teams. So we have contact center, we have call recording. We're just starting a new relationship with Dubba, who you may have seen in the marketplace, very strong when it comes to Teams. Nice in contact, so you have nice in contact, the in contact side of things on contact center, but their historical legacy comes from the actual call recording. So again, a certified product for call recording in Microsoft Teams. Then devices and meeting rooms. So again, we're going to be talking about this today. You've obviously got Yealink, who are very, very strong, the market leader, but we have another number of options. For example, SpectraLink, who offer a mobility solution around Android handsets, and very strong, and again has that same relationship with Microsoft Teams as an extended vendor. Management and monitoring, something that will become more prevalent moving forward. People want to make sure that their users are secure, but also making sure that they do get the quality of service, the bandwidth, the aggregation that is required to make sure your Teams works seamlessly. And like I say, Teams doesn't offer everything that you need when it comes to enterprise voice, which is why you can see some of the main players have said, right, okay, we will work with Teams. So the front end will be Teams potentially where the user's been used to using, but the back end, you'll to make use of 8x8's vast enterprise solution. Same with Switchvox, Enfront. All these products have got products that actually link in directly into Teams, and it means you can get enterprise grade bells and whistles working alongside Teams. And then finally, we have Operator Connect, something which is quite hot off the press at the moment. This, in effect, allows you to go directly into Teams without the need for direct routing. So again, takes away a lot of the hassle, a lot of the overhead. And what we are expecting to see in tenders, in certainly in the framework from the government side of things, they will be talking about Operator Connect. And again, as a distributor for Gamma, this has given us an opportunity to offer you this as our resellers. And then the wraparound is the infrastructure. We've got the LAN, the WAN, the Wi-Fi, and the security. So again, it means that you can build a complete solution. And then finally, professional services, something that is key to resellers who may be just entering the market or thinking about entering the market. We look to help you with consultative services, moving to the cloud, or whether it be team services. So what we're doing is offering the complete ecosystem. something that we feel is key, um, and will become more prevalent over the next 12 to 24 months. But so in effect, I mentioned this a number of times, don't get left behind. We will enable you to be part of that story. But today we're talking about Yealink. And today I'm glad to say we've got Rain, who is the UK and I country manager for Yealink, based over in China. So we do appreciate him, staying up. So I'm going to now pass over to you, Rain.
Can you see my screen share?
We can see your screen. If you could put your PowerPoint on, that'd be great.
The slides.
If you could put it on Max screen on presenter, that'd be brilliant.
Okay. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our webinar. This is Ryan from Yealink UKI country manager, and I'm going to give you a brief introduction to our company and the product's concepts. Today, my topics will be divided into four parts. This why Yealink is the phone, the deck introduction, and also the headset. Then we come to some programs. First of all, we are global providing of unified communications and collaboration solutions. Why am I so sure? As you can see, we have more than 100 agents around the world covering more than one agent on 140 countries and the regions, and have over 110 partners. That's to say, one in every 500 people on the earth use products made by Yealink. And as you can see, we founded Yealink in 2001, and then very quickly in 2005, we were number one in the market for USB phones. But what's more, in 2015, we became the only global partner of Microsoft in the voice and video communication industry. 2 years later, after that, our strengths promoted us to go public quickly, and in 2018, we became the number one in the SIP phone market and the number one in the customer satisfaction. Through the above explanation, we must feel that we are not only a one-stop solution provider, but also a company with temperature and engineering culture, where more than half of the employees uh, R&D personnel. Our one-stop service includes cloud service to intelligent terminal, from chip and algorithm to architecture. We also have national audio and electromagnetic compatibility lab, and our budget is increasing by more than 20% every year. In addition, Yealink has development centers in China and like Hangzhou, Shenzhen, and Xiamen, and has more than 200 partners and the patents and technologies. With such a large company system, professional services, and technologies, we are currently launching solutions in three directions. They are audio device, personnel, collaboration device, and video solution. It can be said that we have the full scenario solution with both cloud and terminals product series. Our target is to develop our corporate headset range into a leading product line and position Yealink cassettes as one of the top three brands globally within 2 years. Then we go into the business. Just now, I already have carried on the concise summary of our products. There is a more detailed introduction. We can see our SIP phone profile. Here, our phone series is mainly divided into three series. The first one is the desktop app phones, conference phones, and deck phones. As you can see roughly, no matter which series, we have different models, different specifications, and different models to meet the needs of our different customers. Our phone series is mainly divided into three: T3, T4, and T5, among which T3 are competitively priced. T4 are most popular one in the UK, and T5 are our premium range and the flagship range. By the way, T5 series have inside Wi-Fi and DECT, which can support in wireless requirement. For this side, it shows the level of the SIP solutions. I divided them into four levels: the entry level, medium, and premium, then our flagship. And on the left hand is the rough budget, the rough cost and prices. Since the T4 series is our most cost-effective one, I will introduce more on them. As you can see, we have the T4, T4U, T42U, T43U, and also the T468U. There are four enhancements of the T4U series: the colorful expansion models, the stronger computing ability, the dual USB ports, and the noise reduction. The enhancement of the stronger computing ability, like the more powerful chip, the more space. And then the another one is dual USB ports. It uh it means that you do not need any port anymore, any EXT port anymore, and then it totally supports six cans of USB accessories. The right hand accessories, you can connect them all to the dual USB ports. And also the enhancement of the acoustic shell. We have the support the call center, the factory, the retail store. We will avoid some noises, some other voices from your customer, from your colleagues, from your friends. And also similar with the acoustic shell, we have the smart noise filtering. This is the high-end tech. It can avoid some small noises like you flipping on the paper, you're typing on the keyboard, and also any other voices. And the last enhancement is the colorful expansion. You can connect the expansion to the T4U series, and your screen will show black and white and colorful. It depends on the models you choose. If you choose the T43U, your expansion will be black and white. If you choose the T46U or 8U, your expansion will be colorful. And then we come to deck one. Our deck series is mainly divided into two series. One is multi-cell deck and the other one is the single cell deck. Our multi-cell deck is mainly divided into W18s and W19. As for single cell deck series, we mainly sell them in the form of the packaging. The Yealink W18 deck IP multi-cell system consists of the deck manager W18 and the base station W18B. This system brings scalability and increased mobility to business users, provides a seamless handover and roaming solutions, stable communications experience, and simple deployment services, covering multiple scenarios, including warehouse, hotels, authorized car dealerships, offices, retail formats, and others. Yealink is dedicated to enabling our users and partners to benefit from our professional business communication solutions. However, our single cell has only one base, so we can only connect to a certain number of terminals, but we can work with any of them. And we can see below that we support more than a dozen terminals devices, of which W59R is specially designed for wider range workspace. And then the W57R is our new products. It's very cheap and cost effective. And for these slides, you can see the W18 will remain in portfolio as entry-level multi-cell system, while the W19 will be higher level solutions. As is shown on our solution map, the lower left and corner where previously was W16 swap to W17 as an upgrade. We will dive into this range with more details later. For this slide, it shows the level of the deck solutions. The W70, W57R, as I have said before, this is the new products, and also the W78H is also the new products. Everyone here who attends the webinar can share the NFR model of the new products, new decked product. And also, we have a new product line, as you know, as what we have said above, the headset. Maybe you guys want to ask why Yealink headset? There are reasons I can tell, of which the most important is, firstly, our headset products. Firstly, our headset will be the most important strategy product line in Yealink. There will be 13 percentage of total investment on the headset product line, and also we did more than 40 months headset market reach and analysis, tech, technical development on the supply chain and manufacture. So now let us take a look at the headset portfolio. We have the deck one, the wireless one, the beach one, and also we have the wired one, the USB headset. And also the deck headset and the deck phone or USB wired headset solution is what we top. Well, customers will tend to choose the deck headset plus the phones or the USB headset plus the phones. So today we are going to strike more on the UH38 as an example. Getting USB headset, getting USB headset set can support different scenarios like offices, call center, and so on. Also, it works right out of the box. A quick disconnect to RG9 plug and the play setup ensures the simple connectivity to Yealink desk phones, perfectly matched with Yealink desk phones, giving you the optimized audio quality and more enhanced functions. And then it is designed also for unified communications. The UH36 comes with USB and the jack connectivity options. So this one is the UH38, the new products. This is the uh,
Rain, it's Michael
yeah.
here. Just a quick question. In terms of the headsets, if someone doesn't have a Yealink handset, SIP phone, can these headsets still work?
Yes,
Are they
still
compatible?
work. Yes, perfectly matched. But if you use the Yealink phones, it can provide you more powerful functions. But for other products, it also, or if you just use the headset single, it can also perfectly work.
And you mentioned the extra functions. I mean, any examples of what having the two together means in terms of functionality? What do you gain by having a Yealink handset and a Yealink headset?
If you take the decked headset as an example, if you use the decked headset and decked phones, you can support more lines, more call lines, and you can use the busy light. The decked headset has a busy light, and you can, if your phones are on the call, your busy light will turn red. So there are many
Okay,
functions, but yeah.
lovely.
If any of the customers or resellers want to know the details, you can contact Nuvola or contact me. We will give you a detailed data sheet of the powerful functions and the perfect deck solutions.
Cool. I'll let you carry on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
in never mind. So the unified communication USB wired headset peripheral is mainly used in the office for calls and music, and also in the demand for work with dual device is growing. Add the Bluetooth features into USB wired headset. This is what I think the best. And then in the last, we have the NFR promotions for customers who come to the webinar today. Yealink and Nuvola will provide you the 70% off discount for all the headset you have never purchased. If you want to buy a new headset you have not ever used or purchased ever, then Nuvola can provide you the 17% off discount. And also we have the project incentive program. If you want to purchase over 30 Yealink headset from Nuvola, you can register a project under Nuvola, and we will give you better price. Yeah, so my topic has been done. If you have any other questions, you can
Rain, just
just
one question. Rain, Michael here
yeah.
again. Sorry, one quick question. So on the NFR program, you can have one of each, can't you?
Yeah, you can have one of each.
So of those three, you could have three different products, all with
And
70% off.
yeah, a type of headset solutions, but you need to make sure you have never ever purchased from other distributors.
Okay. So if it's a new thing for you, this is how you can get in.
Yes. So if you have any other questions, you can connect Nuvola or just email Yealink. We can just answer your questions in the email, or just raise your hand in the webinar is okay for me.
Lovely.
So
Thanks,
now
Rain. If you could stop sharing,
gone.
that'd be great.
Purpose of this section is just to have a brief whistle-stop tour of the Yealink VC solutions, more so around what's new for 2023. Some of you may already be familiar with some of the products that have been available from the Yealink meeting room side for some time, but this might be new to some people. So I think the key thing to take away from this is meeting rooms is definitely a growing market. Certainly with people now going back to the offices, their expectations of different types of meetings available for whether that's a small office space, a huddle room, or an auditorium, is something that is an easy conversation for you to have when you're talking to your customers. So without further ado, let's just run through some of the key things for 2023. As I mentioned, there are some new team certified devices that are coming on board. Yealink did bring out their meeting board last year, but now they're obviously looking to expand that across both 65 and the 86-inch meeting rooms. Both of which will be not only just Teams, but Zoom. I'll come on to that a little bit later on. And also there is the new MVC 960 solution and the Android A10 solution. And again, this will be made more clear with some of the slides we've got coming up. Also, what the focus is for Yealink for this year is establishing the Pro AV ecosystem. So there are lots of solutions and applications out there where customers expect to come in and bring their own compatible meeting room software. So what Yealink are working on is the ecosystem around how all of these solutions can be brought together to be made available onto one meeting room solution. This is the full portfolio of Teams certified rooms. You can see there, obviously, the nice red flags showing people what the new solutions are. So obviously we've got the MVC S60. This will be made more clear again in the slides we've got coming up, all of which we'll make available. There'll be a recording of this, but also we can share the slides where required. There's a new Android device, so the Meeting Bar A10, more for kind of that entry level. So where they've been very strong in the sort of small to medium size, there's now going to be an entry level solution available. There's also a collaboration solution for a desktop phone system, like office manager solution. So we always focus on the screens that are either on trolleys that can be wheeled into spaces or fixed solutions on walls. This is quite a neat solution that's being brought in for the desk effectively, so that office manager solution, which is a really nice way of bringing customers into the video conferencing world if they've not been used to it before, or they want to have meetings within their office spaces. And then the USB bring your own device solution. Those solutions are still current, but then there's the new IoT room panels that are being launched as well for outside of the meeting rooms to schedule your meetings. So just going back to the meeting board, the 65 and 86, I touched on this on the first screen, but these are native Teams and Zoom rooms. What they've looked at obviously is looking around how we fit different spaces, so 65 and 86. I'm sure you can all appreciate 86 is actually a very large screen, but this is all now compatible with an all-in-one solution for either meeting rooms for Teams or Zoom. You can, at the bottom there, you've got obviously the different types of scenarios that you might see and been able to add to those solutions with cameras. You can see down the bottom there on the trolley, you've got two solutions side by side. You've then got the on table coming into the room to then start your rooms on the touch panel. And obviously the Bluetooth speakers as well to kind of extend the audio across the larger size rooms. Also for March 2023, the Yealink A24 all-in-one Teams display for the desk. This is what I was just talking about in terms of more of the, entry-level side. So this is before the small meeting room or the small huddle room, but it's giving the opportunity for office managers, home workers, hot desking spaces, etc. Or you might have instances where your customers rent spaces and offices. These are, that real entry level, which does bring people into, the world of VC. A simple and affordable entry-level Android device. This is coming out this month, so we'll be able to get some of these prices and information across to you. But this is good for bring your own device users and very small huddle rooms. So it's more around, as I mentioned earlier on in the slides, that not as entry level as the office manager, but the next one up between that and the huddle room size. And this is the 360 cam. This is available in June this year. I think this would probably be quite interesting. I think we've seen some customers using the OWL solution before, so in meeting rooms where you want to have not so much, a huge VC solution that's, several £100,000, but you can have a screen in the middle of the table that will follow a 360-degree, layout within that meeting room. This is more around sort of the medium-sized rooms, so we wouldn't suggest these would be for the larger spaces. But obviously, when you are looking at these, as part of what we offer as our meeting room solution would be for us to help you with site surveys and speaking with customers around what their expectations are and what they need from a solution. But this will be available in June. This is just an update around some of the additional cameras and the audio that we have available. Some of it's changed over the last couple of years just to kind of bring a more slick, not just from a sound perspective, but from a quality of camera. So this obviously lays out here the different solutions within those different types of scenarios, and the IoT, so the room casting, room panels, obviously room sensors. It becomes quite popular as well from a multifunctional room perspective, and the smart panel so that you can make sure that you're visible to people that you have a meeting in progress or book some of the meeting room solutions. This slide just talks around the different scenarios in a more visual perspective and what you may see within those different room scenarios being available. So this covers off, as we've gone through on the previous slides, whether or not you're looking at more of the office manager space, so the very entry level solution, right through to a mid to extra large meeting room where the MVC dual eye intelligent tracking cameras come into play. And one of the things I mentioned on the first slide is how Yealink are now looking at the Pro AV MTR solutions, and around bringing all of those applications and video conferencing, solutions they've been used to into one key, one experience, rather than having to pay, individual licenses for each solution. And this is coming into, that more divisible room or training room scenarios, large boardrooms, etc. So as you can see on the right-hand side there, the different, which some of you might be familiar with, some of them might be completely new to everybody, but it's just bringing that experience into one compatible solution.
Mike, are you ready?
I'm ready. Give it to me.
Get ready then. What is the big focus for AV?
That's quite generic. That won't take long. I think we'll keep it quiet. I think you'll find that Teams, obviously, like we've said, is still very important. But certainly from the Yealink side of things, the new 65 and the 86-inch Teams meeting boards are going to have a big impact out there. Not only because of the quality, but also there's not a lot in the market that is going to come along with the price. For example, the 65-inch with a mobile stand is going to be around $2,500, and an 86-inch screen, which seems ridiculous to me, but is just under £4,000. So again, I think those are the two things with those price points is going to make a big difference.
You may have already answered this one, Mike, but where do you think Yealink fit around pricing?
Yeah, I think the pricing side of things, from what I can understand and speaking to Yealink, I think they're going to be aggressive out there, which is good for the partners. And I think, you still be, the margin retention is going to be there as well. So yeah, it's a big push for them. They've made a lot of investment in not only in the production side of things, but certainly they have a big flash office down in London, which I appreciate. Not all partners are near, but again, if you do have an opportunity, I'm sure they can host you down there.
And quite a big issue this last year has been around supply chain. How is the supply chain working? Because obviously with Poly, Logitech, Neat have all been suffering supplies. Is Yealink doing the same or faring better?
Yeah, I mean, we've all been living that, not only with screens, but with everything, with handsets. From what I understand and what we've been told is Yealink have got no such problems. So again, we are expecting, the reason why Yealink would have a lot of success, I think certainly over the next 6 months, will be because of availability as well as the aggressive pricing. So yeah, we're not expecting to see any more problems.
There's a few questions in the question field, but I think Rain is asking that. Someone asked, is there a chance of Yealink releasing a Teams decked handset? Rain has replied on that, in case you didn't get it. That yes, the Yealink decked phones do work on Teams. They're totally compatible. I think we can safely say Yealink is all about their certification and compatibility with Teams, so it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. I mean, look, we talked a lot about Teams today, and that's because it's the hot topic, but let's not forget Yealink have got a very strong presence in the UCaaS space, working with BroadSoft products, working with the 8x8s, the Ring Centrals, the Enfons. So again, these are all products that we are heavily involved with, having a very good relationship with these vendors. So it's a really good partnership, I think.
Okay, needless to say, many of you have asked for a copy of the webinar, and we will happily provide that as a YouTube link. We'll load this onto the Nuvola YouTube channel where we load all of our webinars. So if there's any other information you want, it's a good place to go. So Mike, I think we're wrapping up now, handing back to you. We've hit our hour.
Perfect. Thank you very much for everyone attending. Sorry for the slight technicalities. We really do appreciate Rain, like I say, attending from China. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Karen, for stepping in last minute with, we had some problems with the Yealink AV team, but Karen stepped in diligently, and thank you, Katrina, for organising it. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate you attending today's webinar, and we will see you soon. Thank you very much.